I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your boy TP. Today, before we jump into these proceedings, I just want to stop and say thank you guys for all of your get well wishes. I've been battling the flu the last few days. Some of you guys saw the video I put up yesterday. Definitely been fatigued. I was coughing on the last video, and you guys really sent out some heartfelt comments. Some of you were wondering if I should even be doing the video at all. I appreciate your concern on that as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will say this, for me, it's hard for me to put my mind to something and not do it. So that's why I pressed for it yesterday, and I'm pressing for it again today. Still feeling a little fatigue, not coughing as much, but here we are, getting ready to jump into some more proceedings. So thank you guys once again. And with that being said, today we will be courtroom hopping into two separate courtrooms for the first time in both. The first is going to be Judge Stephanie R. Boyd out of the state of Texas. And the second is going to be Judge Tracy E. Green out of the state of Michigan. Now, Judge Green's proceeding is going to be more of an update, a follow-up, if you will, on somebody that we dealt with in the past. And before I get into that, as far as Judge Stephanie R. Boyd, I've heard a whole lot about her. I see little skits online, little shorts. Never sat in on one of her full proceedings, not even on somebody else's channel. So this is going to be my opportunity to see, what all the hype is about, I should say, when it comes to her and how she deals with sovereign citizens and even other defendants. But for Judge Green, she's going to be dealing with a familiar sovereign citizen that we all know, or not, I won't say all know. Some of you may know, and some of you may have never heard of this guy, but a sovereign citizen by the name of Bernard Little. He is back in court again for probation violation. And if you don't know who Bernard Little is, or you just can't remember, let me just remind you really quickly.
You're not here to teach me, but you're here to inform me what jurisdiction that you're operating in, so I could defend myself. I'm not asking you to teach me anything. You're not teaching me anything. You're notifying me of what jurisdiction that you're operating in. Are you operating in commerce? Are you operating in military? What capacity are you trying me in?
This is district court.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm demanding. I'm not asking you anything. I'm demanding you tell me what process are you charging me of? Or are you charging this fiction of? Are you trying to get the bonds? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. You haven't notified me in the capacity how to defend myself.
As you can see, Mr. Bernard Little, Judge Perkins, oh man, it's a blast from the past. If you haven't seen it, I know you would like to see it, so I'm gonna make sure I leave the links in the description for you guys. And with that being said, guys, let me get out of the way. I should be saving as much energy as I could instead of talking so much, but I'm excited to be here and I'm ready to go ahead and jump into these proceedings. Let's go, guys.
Hello, how's it going?
Could be better.
All right, so my understanding, you want to represent yourself? All right, you're more than welcome to represent yourself, but here's the thing. Everybody says that they can be an attorney because all attorneys do is talk. That's what people think. But they don't realize there's a lot of knowledge, experience, and wisdom behind that.
Absolutely.
So if you want to have a jury trial where you represent yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. But once it's set for trial, it's going to trial, and no one's going to be helping you. The state is not going to say, hey, we see that you really don't know the rules, so let me tell you this rule. They're not going to be doing that. My job is not going to be to help you with objections, help you with motions. That's 100% you. Do you understand?
I do. And are we on the record?
No, we're not on the record. What, you want to put something on the record?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Sure. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2974, State of Texas Vector versus Hector Casanova. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? And are you Hector Casanova?
No, for the record, I am the flesh and breathing man. I'm here on a special appearance to clarify any misunderstanding. I am not the legal fiction known as Hector J. Casanova that is on the information there. I just have a few questions to clarify some things.
All right, so if you would like to clarify some things, then the person I need to speak to is the flesh and blood man known as Hector Casanova.
Yes, I'm the flesh and blood man, Hector Casanova Jr.
All right,
All
so
right.
you are Hector Casanova, correct?
I am Hector Casanova Jr., the flesh and breathing man.
All right, well, I'm glad you're breathing. So what did you want to place on the record?
Well, first, I don't understand the charges that are being brought against me.
Mhm.
There are some clarifications I do want to.
All right, so
bring out,
just 1 second, but before we get to that, have you been given a copy of the indictment?
No, I have not.
All right, so we're gonna get you a copy of the indictment. Just give me a moment. All right, have a seat. We're gonna come back on the record with this.
All right.
So we're back on the record in 2024 CR 2974. State versus Hector Casanova. All right, Mr. Casanova, here's the thing. And I want you to hear me clearly, right? I am not your attorney. The document that has been given you is a copy of the indictment. I'm not to give you information about your indictment. That's the indictment. That's what we're here for.
That's right.
So any questions that you would have about that indictment, you're going to have to answer those for yourself. Otherwise, the person who will be telling you about what the indictment means and what the numbers are, that would be an attorney. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Oh, what that means is, for example, we can go off the record. I'm giving you a hypothetical. All right. Let's say you needed surgery and you're in the middle of the wilderness, you need surgery, and you tell me and you tell the doctor, guess what? I'm performing this surgery on my own. I don't need you. I'm walking out of the hospital. I'm going to go in the desert. Now, maybe the doctor would try to stop you and do other things. But if you go in that desert by yourself, don't tell the doctor where you are. You take a scalpel out in the desert by yourself. You don't get to call the doctor and say, hey, I'm in the middle of the desert performing surgery. I'm going to be my own anesthesiologist. I'm doing all of this. How do you do this? Because they're not going to tell you. It's the same thing here. You're saying that you do not want to be represented by an attorney. You want to represent yourself. So that motion, that indictment, I'm not to tell you anything about what that indictment is. The state is not to tell you, oh, this is what this indictment means. This is the range of punishment. Those are things that you're supposed to do. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right. So just have a seat. This is what's going to end up happening. You're going to have an attorney. That attorney is going to come over to the court right now. You're going to speak to that attorney. After you speak to that attorney, we're going to go forward. Ms. Ferguson, can you call manage to sign counsel and let them know that we need an attorney over here? And that attorney will talk to you. That attorney will tell you what that indictment means. That attorney will tell you the range of punishment. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right. Well, I don't know how I can further make you understand.
Are we on the record?
Yeah. All right, Norma, get someone from manage to sign counsel here, please. All right, just have a seat and we're going to have an attorney come down. All right.
I would like to ask some questions on the record, if I may, while I have your time here.
Oh, no, let me just tell you, you'll have my time till 5 o'clock because that's how long we're here. What is going to end up happening is an attorney from manage to sign counsel is going to come down. Do you understand?
I do not understand because I don't feel like I am needing an attorney because I'm here to represent myself as the flesh and breathing man, Hector Casanova Jr. Let's see. All right, so let record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova
Just 1
Jr.
second.
The accused
Just
in
one
the
stop.
Yes, sorry.
All right, we're on the record. So what did you want the record to reflect?
So let the record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova Jr., the accused in this criminal action, has asked the court to divulge the nature and cause of the accusation upon the authority of the Sixth Amendment, and that this court has failed in its duty to inform me of the nature and cause of this action.
All right, and
Furthermore,
let me
let the
stop you.
record also show.
Mr. Casanova, let me ask you a question. Have you been given a copy of the indictment?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, so let the record reflect that Mr. Casanova has been given the copy of the indictment. And the copy of the indictment, it tells him what he is charged with. You may continue.
Now, these charges, are they, civil? Is this a civil charge or a criminal charge?
All right, that is something that if you had an attorney to represent you, they would be able to tell you. What the court can tell you is that you are in a felony court and this is a criminal court.
Okay. So, this being a criminal, let the record of the court show that the action against me is criminal action. My following question would be, the Constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under the admiralty or military tribunal. In which of these two jurisdictions does this court intend to try me?
All right, so this is what is going to happen, Mr. Casanova. Someone from managed assigned counsel is going to come over and you can speak with them or not speak with them. But the questions that you are asking the court are not, some of them are not in any shape, form, or fashion related to the fact that you're in a criminal district court. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Okay.
But I don't think you'll be violating your oath of office if you did your duty under the Constitution. I am not seeking legal advice. What I want to know is legal intent.
Mhm.
I have the right to appear as myself in my own person without a licensed attorney. In order to intelligently defend myself, I need to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under.
Mhm.
Let's see. So therefore, will you please answer the question so that way this court is properly identified?
All right, you're in the 187 District Court. It's a criminal court. You're on the 4th floor.
Thank you. This Constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under.
All right, I'm going
admiralty or military
to counsel,
tribunal.
I'm sorry, Mr. Casanova, in the human flesh. I'm going to stop you right there. What is going to end up happening, I want you to hear me clearly. An attorney is coming over for managed assigned counsel, period. That's it. So have a seat, managed assigned counsel will come over. Do you understand? Yes or no?
I do not understand.
All right, do you understand what it means to take a seat?
I do understand.
All right, so take a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Of course.
We have talked.
Mhm.
I've informed him that I'm here, to help him in whatever he needs help with.
Mhm.
He's gonna consider what help he thinks he might need from me, and I know he wants to put something on the record.
Okay, all right, and so you'll be appointed as standby
Yes.
counsel then?
I've kind of explained my role and what that means and how I can help him with something as simple as e-filing or that type of thing. So
All right, we're going to go back on the record in 2024 CR 2974, State versus Hector Casanova. Mr. Casanova, if you'll come forward. Yes. All right, so Mr. Casanova, Mr. Bonk is going to be your standby counsel. And that's someone that if you have questions, you can ask him legal questions or what you may have.
Thank you for your consideration.
All right.
Uh,
And he informed me you wanted to place something on the record?
Yes, for the record, I wanted to make it known that I'm here on special appearance under threat, duress, and coercion.
All right, who threatened or coerced you to come to court?
The county of Bear, Texas.
How
State.
so?
Well, if I don't come here, then warrants will be placed, which I will be kidnapped and held hostage, and I do not want that. So that's why I'm here under special appearance to clarify any misunderstandings and to let it be known where I stand on the record.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I said everything that needed to be said.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to recall your case in 1 month. It's going to be a discovery setting. So that's to make sure that you have all the information that the state has concerning your case. Do you understand?
I do understand.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset for Mr. Casanova. And after you receive all the discovery, then the next setting is going to be a plea deadline date. The state will tender an offer to you at the next setting. And then I'll give you your plea deadline date, and you can accept the state's offer or come to an agreement or not. If you're unable to come to an agreement at that time, it'll be scheduled for jury trial.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have no further questions.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson is going to give me a date, and then you'll sign it. Mr. Bonk will sign it to signify when you're to come back. All right.
I appreciate your time.
All right, you're welcome, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, so we'll be back on July 29th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Yes.
If something were to come up and I need to maybe reschedule that date, is that a possible thing to
You'll
come
need-
up ahead of time?
You'll need to speak to the court coordinator, and they will let you know. I will tell you the rescheduling of cases. Are you in the hospital? You're not in the hospital, you need to be here.
Okay,
You understand?
so pretty much no excuse, be here.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Calling case 2300637, People versus Bernard Little. We're here for a show cause hearing. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Agent Podowarski on behalf of the probation department.
Good morning.
Bernard Little,
Good morning, Mr. Little.
Grand Rising.
So, Mr. Little, you're here pursuant to a summons because it's alleged that you violated probation. Miss, I'm so sorry. Please pronounce your last name for me again.
Podowarski, Your Honor.
Ms. Panaworski. I have the summons and I signed for Mr. Little to appear. And I just checked the probation order and it does not have a term requiring Mr. Little to comply with SORA. Now, I don't know, pardon my ignorance, whether SORA violation would constitute a violation of probation where SORA compliance is not a condition, perhaps by operation of some statute. But barring that, why is it that SORA noncompliance would be a violation of probation, where the terms of the probation don't include SORA compliance?
Your Honor, if the defendant violates, or I'm sorry, is not in compliance with SORA, that can be charged as a misdemeanor. So that can be a criminal offense. So I'm assuming that is the reason why the agent submitted the show cause. Also, listing an address that he does not reside at would also be in violation because we need to know where he's living.
Well, I don't have any questions about that allegation. All right, so Mr. Little,
Yes, ma'am.
it's alleged, as you just overheard, that you violated SORA in that you didn't register with a proper address and that you have failed to report since I should say to verify with the registry since January 8th of 2016. So for almost 9 years.
Yeah.
And No, not yet, Mr. Little. I have to tell you what the allegations are.
Yes,
Then I'll give you an opportunity to respond. So those are the allegations that you didn't provide a proper address, that you're not living at an address that can be verified by the department, and that you have failed to comply with SORA requirements, specifically reporting or yes, verifying, I should say. So those are the allegations, and you have a right to a hearing on these allegations.
Can you say that
Within-
again?
You have a right to a hearing on these allegations.
ma'am.
Within- Let me finish, please, Mr. Little. You have a right to a hearing within 14 days. And at that hearing, the department would have to show by preponderance of evidence that you violated probation as described. And if they do that, or if you admitted that you violated probation as described, which I suspect you won't do, if either of those things occurred, the court could either revoke your probation outright without improvement, just close out the case. The court could impose a jail sentence and close out the case. The court could modify the terms of probation and include a jail sentence, or could just simply modify the terms. Final thing that the court could do would be nothing, which is unlikely. So those are the things that could happen. How do you want to proceed? Do you want to have a hearing, or do you want to make admissions?
Can you say the last part?
Do you want to have a hearing on these allegations, or do you want to make admissions on these allegations?
I want to hear.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so what's a good day?
Hey, excuse me.
Just one moment.
February the 19th.
What time? Okay. How does February 19th at 1 o'clock work?
Well, Father, let me be. I'll be here. You want to take
All
your
right,
time?
and just for the record, you're representing yourself because you didn't decline counsel today.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? All right, should we order or refer to our indigent defense services to appoint you counsel for the hearing, or will you be representing
I'll
yourself?
be representing myself.
Okay. So we'll see you on the 19th then at 1 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. Can I state just one thing to you?
You probably don't want to state anything, but do you have a question?
Yes. Now, I never met this woman here.
Right.
I didn't met 4 of those people.
Well, no, she is our court assigned probation officer.
Okay,
She acts as a liaison between the field agent and the court. So the field agent doesn't come to court unless there's a hearing. So your field agent will be at the hearing.
okay. Now, the question I have about the address part, right? If I'm living there on the property.
Mr. Little, I
Yes.
don't want to be rude. I have a trial that I need to begin in 10 minutes.
ma'am.
And the question you're about to ask me really goes to the heart of the issue, which is what
Okay.
we're having a hearing on.
Yes, ma'am. See you on the
Okay,
night
so we'll see you on the 19th.
at 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of both of these proceedings. And I will say, being that this is my first time in Judge Stephanie R. Boyd's courtroom, the things that I see online, the captions, I was expecting her to get crazy and blow up on this guy, but she actually was the total opposite. She was soft with him, gentle, but at the same time firm, didn't lose control of the courtroom, didn't allow him to do whatever he wanted to do. And I must say he was pretty, chill, he wasn't aggressive, but it kind of was cringe to just kind of watch him trying to read that script. You can tell this is something that he's, newly come across, and it was just kind of wild to just watch him sit there and try to, to read through that stuff. Even his standby counsel that he eventually accepted, you know, it almost looked like he wanted to kind of laugh when he was making a record. But hopefully Mr. Casanova gets this situation handled and it works out for him. If I find any follow-up videos on this, I will definitely post it here on the channel. Once again, shout out to Judge Boyd. Definitely did a great job, which I didn't expect anything else because, you know, from what I've heard and seen, she's pretty famous. So I don't think that's not for, no reason. As far as Bernard Little goes, wasn't really a whole lot to see there. Allegedly, he's violated probation, and it's going to be interesting to see him back in court if we can get that footage, because if you've seen his appearances before Judge Perkins, and I think we have a few of them, like I said, I will put those links in the description for you. Man, it's fireworks, and it's definitely enjoyable. And you know what? Now, I was going to say something about it, but I don't want to tell anything about it. With that being said, guys, let me get ready to get out of here and go get some rest. This is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. I appreciate you guys. And for now, guys, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. See you guys on the next video. God bless.